Hey y'all, let me turn this way. This lighting is so bright. Hey y'all, Nicole Cooper here, and I am in this beautiful hotel in I don't even know if this is called downtown Memphis, right off of the river here. This is the Mississippi River. Y'all see this? And the bridge is right behind me somewhere where you cross over and you go to, there we go, you go to Arkansas. But I'm in this amazing little fourth floor of this hotel. It's so gorgeous here. And I just had this whole revelation, y'all. So I said, I'm going to hop on live for accountability purposes and talk to you guys really quick about doing the hard things. So I had this whole conversation with myself about how I want to show up bigger and better, right? Everybody has these revelatory moments, whether, it's always come at the end of the year, the beginning of the year, whatever it is. Whenever you're going into a new year, it's very easy to think and reflect on what happened this past year and ask yourself, like, where do you want to be the next year? What are some of the things that you want to do differently? So every year I usually take the whole month of December off. It's my reflection time. It's where I, think about my life, where I am and what I do and where I want to be. The following year, I make my plans, I map out my blueprints, I put, all these things in place, which I'm doing a workshop on December 14th, so stay tuned for that. But I wanted to hop on here because I had to create a challenge with myself, right? These past couple of years, I've been thrown off. I had a lot of mental and physical curveballs thrown at me. I had to go through multiple surgeries this year, right? Y'all see this? And I went through a lot of mental transformations. And so it was rough. This was a rough past couple of years. And it was a rough past couple of years to the point where I felt like I lost myself, right? I felt like my season had missed me. I forgot who I was. I felt, I just kind of felt like I didn't know who I was anymore. I felt like it was too late. Like, too bad. You missed out. Your time has passed you by. You didn't do what you needed to do. There's a whole bunch of new people on the scene. It's too late. I went through this whole remorse kind of just really sorrowful state, right? This real pitiful mental breakdown, can you say? And once I start making my health a priority and started really thinking about the things that really I had to take care of, I understood why life slowed down for me, right? So it seems like the minute I got these surgeries done, I got back on track, got my business going again. But as I'm going into 2020, one of the things that I'm learning, y'all, and I'm going to be doing a video on the trends of business for 2020, all right? And I was thinking about what are some of the key trends that are happening right now for 2020 for those of us that want to win big in life and in business. Guys, here's one of the biggest trends that I'm personally being challenged with. One of the biggest trends that's happening right now is the ability to operate in a place of self-promotion. Now, most people don't like that. Most people can't handle it. Most people may not understand it. But if you are in business, or if there's anything you want to do in life, in this day and age, in this generation, in this season, you got to show up bigger and better for yourself. And you got to believe and bet on yourself in such a major way in order for you to get to where you want to be. And the reason why is because it's so noisy out here now. It's loud, it's crowded. And not only that, but nobody's going to come and grab your hand and say, baby, you deserve better. Let me take you to another place. The only real way you're going to get to where you want to go is if you bet on yourself and you show up for yourself. So one of the things that I realized about me is I always played small. And I didn't play small by choice, but I'm doing this whole documentary on my journey for the next 90 days where I'm challenging myself to show up bigger and better. And that whole challenge was do the hard things, right? I saw somebody mention this the other day, and I think somebody wrote a book on it. I haven't checked into it, didn't research it, but I was having this whole conversation with myself, and it was like, Nick, what's holding you back? And what's holding me back is me. What's holding me back is playing it safe and doing the things that are easy and convenient, right? And so I said to myself, in order for me to go bigger and better this year, I got to do what's considered hard to me. Do the hard things. What are the things that I have resistance towards? What are the things that I shy away from? What are the things that I often hold out on? What are the things that I'm often, pulling back from? And one of the things that I hold out on is self-promotion, right? I hold out on showing up bigger and better for myself and for my business. I hold out on operating in my brilliance in a much bigger way. And so I want to talk to you guys today really quickly specifically about what are the hard things for you and that you need to actually do so that you can show up bigger and better for yourself in 2020. And I want to challenge y'all to commit to the next 90 days and hold yourself accountable by shooting a video every single day, whether it's in your closet. I did mine today in my closet, right? Whether it's in your car or whatever, and talk about that hard thing for the day that you know you have to show up to do to get you closer to your big goal. I have big goals for 2020, but I realized like what got me here is not going to take me into 2020. It's not going to allow me to show up and be who I'm called to be, playing it safe. So I got to show up bigger and better. So one of the things, I'm standing now in this restaurant here on this 4th floor in Memphis, right? And I was standing up here and I was like, this is a product, being here and just getting this opportunity to have this whole restaurant to myself right now, where I just shot a bunch of videos for my business, for my challenge and all of that. I just had a chance to get access to this place where I'm here by myself in this hotel on the 4th floor in this beautiful place on the river, because I chose to do the hard thing. And this was just a reminder of why we need to do the hard things. So the hard thing for me today was 2 things. First, go to the gym. And second, show up at a networking event that I had signed up for months ago, right? I am very bad at getting out and connecting with people. Why? Because I make money from home. I don't have to leave my house and I can make good money, right? So I had to show up today to this event. Can I just tell y'all, I had a breakdown before I left the house. I had a breakdown about getting dressed. I had a breakdown about, oh my God, it's raining. Should I go? I had a breakdown about my life and I don't have no connections here. I had a whole little mental breakdown. I shot a whole 20-minute video about it, right? And the whole thing was me sharing that the hard thing for me was to get out of my comfort zone and to connect with other people. And so I realized my husband's off today, which he always works Saturdays. So let me take advantage of no kids today. You know, there's no excuse. I don't have nowhere else I need to be. Get up, get dressed, and do the hard thing and go meet these new people. And can I just tell you, I did that and I was like, oh my God. A whole new world just woke up. I just met 6 beautiful women who are connected in the city, who, you know, got access to a lot of people. I'm in this beautiful place. Look at this. I feel like I'm in Morocco, right? I'm in here. And to get up and get dressed, what it did for my mental psyche, just to remind me that, Nick, you got a whole life outside of being a mama, because y'all know that's all I do is be a mama, right? And so anyway, I share that with you guys to say, what are the things that you need to do differently for how you want to show up in the next 90 days and what you want your life to look like in 2020? What are the hard things that you need to do? And it may seem simple to other people, but it may be so hard for you. What I want to encourage you guys to do is sit down and evaluate where you want to be in the next, for next year. What do you want to accomplish in 2020? Where do you want to be? What do you want your life to look like? I know for me, it's time to like go gangbusters out here on this whole social media scene. Like, I've been so bad at it, right? But it's time to get my business out there. It's time to get my voice out there. It's time to get on platforms, speaking, hosting events, doing things that I know I'm born to do and just haven't showed up to do. And so the way that I'm going to get there, I'm documenting out what I want that to look like and what it's going to take for me to get there. And I'm deciding to show up every single day, no matter how hard it is. And there's other pieces to that. You know, my health, getting my body back in shape, what I eat, being mindful of what I put in my mouth, right? Social connections and social relationships, making sure that I'm intentionally building relationships with the right people. Mental space and self-care, making sure that I'm taking vacations and making sure that I'm spending time on myself, whether it's getting a massage or whether it's just reading a book and giving myself that margin in my life to change my life. And so in order for me to do those things, though, guys, it takes a commitment to do the hard things, the things that are inconvenient, the things that require discipline, the things that require, a level of margin, right? Meaning that you can't let it be compromised because the weather changed or because somebody called you for an emergency. But it's things that you got to commit to do no matter how hard it is, because you're doing it for yourself. And I'm going to close out on this one thing. I read something the other day, and let me tell you guys the reason why most of you have not reached your goals, right? The reason why most of you have not reached your goals. The reason why most of us have not reached our goals in life and we're not where we want to be, it's for one reason. And it's because we don't trust ourselves, because we don't keep our commitments to ourselves, right? I'm going to repeat that. We don't trust ourselves because we don't keep our commitments to ourselves. And when I read that, I was like, whoa, we're so good at showing up for everybody else, but we don't show up for ourselves. And so for many of you out there, if you know you show up for everybody else when they call you, but you have yet to actually do the things that you promised yourself to do, let's commit to doing that in the next 90 days. Hashtag do the hard things. I am going to be sharing my journey with you guys. I'll be hashtagging it here on Facebook. I'm going to be sharing it on Insta Stories, and I'm also going to be documenting it on YouTube, and I'm going to show y'all the good, the bad, the raw, the ugly, the sad, right? I'm going to share everything, because there's a place that I want to be at in 2020 that is going to require for me to be honest with myself. It's going to require for me to be vulnerable, transparent, and it's going to require for me to have the community to remind me of, no, Nicole, you said this is what you were going to do. So where are you at? I need you to show up, sis. I need you to do what you say you were going to do, because it's so easy for us to do stuff for other people, but we don't often do it for ourselves. So that's the goal, y'all. Do the hard things. I'm excited about that. If you're in on the Do the Hard Things challenge, go ahead and put that hashtag down below. Say I'm in, and I'm going to be sharing this in my community, in my Facebook community, and we'll be talking. We'll just be sharing our journey. So I would love to see your story, see what you want to accomplish in the next 90 days. Well, not really the next 90 days, what you want to do in 2020, but what are you committed to doing in the next 90 days to bring that to life, right? And so share your hard things. What are you committed to doing? Put that down below. Just put hashtag do the hard things if you're in, and then share down below what it is that you want to accomplish in the next for the next year, right? Where do you want to be? What are some of the things that you're committed to do differently? And y'all, please help me out. I'm telling y'all, I'm like, okay, Nicole, if you turn this camera on and you say this, you gotta do it. Which means that this is my public declaration for y'all to hold me accountable. So I'm like, whether the kids are attached to me, whether I'm in my PJs, my workout clothes, don't look right, don't feel right, not in the mood, whatever, we got to get it done. So anywho, I got to go. All right. Thanks, y'all, so much. And make sure you put your hashtag down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.